This is Mrs. Jane Ruedas, your math teacher facilitator for today. Today, I will be discussing with you about estimating square roots. For today's objectives, the learner approximates the value of the square root of a whole number to the nearest hundredths and plot it to a number line. Here, a table of square roots. Again, for example, square root of 1 is equal to 1, square root of 4 equals 2, square root of 9 equals 3. Here, in the given table, all numbers inside the radical symbol, or what we call the radicand, are perfect square numbers. So 1, 25, 81, 169, 289, 100, 196, 324. So those are examples of perfect square numbers. While here, the integers outside is what we call the principal root, meaning they are the numbers that when you multiply to itself is equal to the radicand. So 1 times 1 is 1, 5 times 5 is 25, 9 times 9 is 81. So 6 times 6 is 36. So we will be using this table later for our lesson. So before we start again, let's have a short recall. So find the principal roots of the following. Tingnan nga natin if you know already how to use the table of square roots. So square root of 16 is equal to square root of 4. Correct. Next, square root of 49 is 7. Square root of 144 is 12. Square root of 324 is 18. Square root of 400 is 20. And square root of 676 is 26. So, 4, 7, 12, 18, 20, and 26 are what we call principal roots. Square root of 16, 49, 144, 324, 400, 676 are what we call the radicand, and they are perfect square numbers. Now, I have here for letter B, numbers that are not perfect square. So, here you're going to name two consecutive integers between which the given square root lies. So, for example, number 1, square root of 6, this lies in square root of 4 and square root of 9. So, square root of 4 is 2, square root of 9 is 3. So, si square root of 6 ay nasa gitna ng 2 and 3. So, how about square root of 20? Square root of 20 is in between 4 and 5. Kasi yung 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. Square root of 20 is between square root of 16 and square root of 25. Next, square root of 57 is between square root of 49 and square root of 64. The integers are 7 and 8. Then, square root of 69 is between 8 and 9. Square root of 111 is between 10 and 11. And the last is square root of 188 is in between 13 and 14. Next. Now, let's have this symbol. This symbol is what we call as the symbol used for approximation. So, para siyang equals, pero naka-slant or naka-wave. Okay, steps in estimating the square roots. Step 1, determine between which two consecutive integers does the given radical lie. Ito yung ginawa natin earlier. Kung in-identify natin yung integer na magkasunod kung saan yung given radical fall. Next, number 2, start estimating. Ito yung gagawin natin later, i-discuss ko. So, you need to remember lang kung saan tayo mag-a-add ng 0.10 hanggang 0.4. And then, 0.5 hanggang 0.9. Next, repeat estimating by squaring the numbers. So, yung decimal na hinanap natin, i-multiply lang natin sa sarili niya hanggang sa makuha natin yung number na equivalent dun sa value ng ating radicand. Next, choose the approximate value which is closest to the given. So, for you to understand those steps, let's have an example. Approximate the following to the nearest hundreds. Number 1, square root of 2. So, using our table of square roots, hanapin natin sino bang integers ang malapit sa kanya. So, titingnan natin, meron tayong square root of 1 at ang sumunod na ay square root of 4. So, yan yung ating dalawang gagamitin na radicals. So, therefore, square root of 2 is between square root of 1 and square root of 4. So, this means that square root of 1 is equal to 1. And 1 is less than square root of 2. And square root of 2 is less than 2. Because square root of 4 is 2. So, that is how you analyze. Again, 1. So, square root of 2 ay mas mataas kaysa sa 1. Pero hindi siya tataas sa 2. So, nasa gitna lang siya ng 1 at 2. Now, next step is we are going to identify which is closer. Closer ba si square root of 1 kay 2? Or mas close si square root of 2 kay 4? So, pipiliin natin which is closer. So, syempre, 1 is square root of 2 is closer than square root of 2 and 4 kasi meron pa siyang distance na 3. So, dito magkasunod sila. So, ito ang gagamitin natin. So, ibig sabihin, sa 1, magdadagdag tayo ng 0.10. So, magiging 1.10, 1.20, 1.40. So, if we multiply, example, 1.2, start tayo sa 1.2 or 1.20. 1.2 times 1.2 is 144. Malayo pa siya sa 2. 1.3 times 1.3 is 1.69. 1.4 times 1.4 is 1.96. 1.5 times 1.5 is 2.25. So, kung mapapansin natin, mas malapit itong si 1.44 at si 1.69 ay medyo malayo siya sa 2. Pero itong 2.25 ay mas mataas naman kaysa sa 2. So, hindi siya pwede erase na yan. So, ibig sabihin, ang pipiliin natin ay 1.4. So, yun na yung ating unang decimal. So, kasi 1.96 near na or closer to 2. So, hanapin pa natin yung hundredths place niya na malapit. So, mag-start tayo sa 1. So, kung mapapansin nyo dito, 1.40 kanina or 1.4, so magiging 1.41. So, 1.41 times 1.41, ang sagot ay 1.9881. So, try naman natin kung 1.42, baka mas malapit. So, 1.42 times 1.42 is 2.0164. Kung mapapansin nyo, lampas siya. So, ibig sabihin, hindi ito ang ating closer value. So, ibig sabihin, dito na tayo mag-i-stop sa 1.41. So, ibig sabihin, 1.41 is the approximate value for square root of 2. Ayan. Next. Paano naman natin ipa-plot si square root of 2? So, using a number line, again, to analyze, ibig sabihin, si square root of 2 ay mas mataas kay 1, pero hindi lalampas kay 2. So, dito sa ating number line, dito siya nagpo-fall. Between 1 and 2. So, to identify, kaya 1.41. So, 1.4. So, nasan ba yung 0.5? So, 1.5 yan, gitna, di ba? So, approximately, ang point natin ay nasa malapit lang sa 1.5. So, 1.41. So, that is square root of 2. So, there is where square root of 2 lies. Next. Another example, let's have square root of 33. Again, titingnan tayo sa ating table of square roots. Asan ba malapit si square root of 33? So, meron na dito square root of 36 agad. So, titingin lang kayo sa katabi niya. Square root of 25 and square root of 36. So, square root of 33 is in between square root of 25 and square root of 36. So, square root of 25 is 5. So, therefore, 5 is less than square root of 33. And square root of 33 is less than square root of 36 or 6. Okay, so yan yung ating integer. So, ulit, mas mataas siya ng konti sa 5, pero hindi siya lalampas kay 6. So, paano natin ma-estimate? Again, analyze natin kung saan mas malapit si 33. Kay 25 ba o kay 36? So, syempre kay 36 kasi tatlo lang yung difference dito, medyo malayo. So, ito yung gagamitin nating mga additional sa decimals natin. So, pwede natin gawing 5.5, 5.6, 5.7, 5.8 hanggang 5.9 hanggang sa makuha natin yung mas malapit. So, dito, 5.5 times 5.5 is 30.25. Medyo malayo pa rin. So, pupunta tayo sa higher. So, 5.6. Malayo pa rin. And then, we'll get 5.7. 32.49. And then, kung mapapansin nyo yung 5.8, 5.8, lampas na siya. So, ibig sabihin, ito lang yung gagamitin natin ay ang 5.7. So, yung 5.7 ang ginamit natin, 5.70, 5.71, 5.72, 5.73. So, pipili lang kayo doon kung ano yung possible na next. So, let's say mag-start tayo sa 5.73. So, 5.73 times 5.73 will get 32.83. So, still less than 33 siya. So, try natin dagdagan yung ating decimal. So, magiging 5.74. So, 5.74 times 5.74 is 32.94. So, medyo closer na siya. So, what if dagdagan pa natin kung baka may eksaktong value pa. So, 5.75 times 5.75, you will get 33.06. So, yung 33.06 is greater pa rin. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya yung possible approximate value. So, ang titignan natin ngayon is yung closest. So, which is 5.74. So, ibig sabihin, this means that square root of 33 is approximately equal to 5.74. Next. Paano naman natin ipa-plot yung points? So, paano natin ipa-plot yung ating points? So, again, in a number line, analyze natin. Ibig sabihin, square root of 33 will fall between 5 and 6. So, maghanap lang tayo ng puro positive na ating square number line. So, 0 papunta sa baba is negative. So, square root of 33 is possibly saan siya banda? So, between 5 and 6. So, dito siya nagpo-fall. Ayan. So, assume natin na 5.5 ay ang gitna. And then, yung 5.75 ay sa gitna ng 5.5 at 6. So, dahil 5.74 siya, ibig sabihin, somewhere near lang siya sa 5.75. So, approximate natin dyan, tansya-tansya lang. So, that is equal to square root of 33. I hope nasusundan ako. Questions? Okay. Steps in estimating the square roots. First, identify natin yung two consecutive integers where the given radical or the given square root fall. And then, identify natin, second step, identify natin saan siya mas malapit. Kung magdadagdag ba tayo ng 0.10 to 0.40 O doon tayo sa 0.50 to 0.90. And then step 3 is continue estimating kung sino na yung malapit sa makukuha natin hanggang sa nearest hundredths. Okay. Pag nakuha na natin yung nearest hundredths, yung pinaka-closest, that is our approximate value. And then you can now plot the points. Now let's have a review. What do you call the number inside the radical sign? Number 2, yes or no? 149 is a perfect square number. Number 3, what is the principal root of square root of 64? Number 4, what integer is between square root of 14 and 21? Number 5, which two consecutive integer does square root of 14 lies? Now let's check your answers. Number 1, radical. Number 2, no. 149 is not a perfect square number because it has no number that if you multiply by itself is 149. Next, 8. Kasi 8 times 8 is 64. Next is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So 16 is between square root of 14 and 21. And then the last one is
3 and 4. How about this? What is the approximate value of a square root of 75? A. 8.54, B. 8.70, C. 8.66, D. 8.91. Correct answer is C, 8.66. Next, where does square root of 15 located in the given number line? Correct answer is point C.